Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final after action review of trading performance for the system version number 4. Today, I completed another couple of trades that got me over the 102 threshold that I wanted to achieve. After that, I'm just gonna tweak a little bit of the rules, make it a little bit more consistent, and focus on trading more symbols at a time to increase my edge and to kind of decrease the variance from the symbols that I trade. Given that some symbols may be plus 2R, some symbols may be minus 2R. So if I can trade 4 out of the 8 symbols that I prepared, then I reduce the variance and expose myself to more wins and more R as long as I can keep my focus. So let's just go over what I traded today. So this is USB on the 3 minute standard kind of sell off. You will take notice that there was a huge sell off before. So yes, this is a Kata 2 short theoretically, but when I was framing this, there wasn't a 3-to-1 to the range stat, so that's why I didn't take it. But if it would have been that would have been legit Kata 2 short here. I think it's even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe one bar. I think you would have been able to get in right around here. So that's possible. But back to reality. When this hits, this is the low of the day. Reverses. I take the standard SSC. It moves over here. When it gets out of Z3, I employ the trail 1R. But then the PSAR just picks up the stop and we get out over here. Immediately high, lower high. That's a Kata 2 short. Works a little bit in our favor and then just stopped us out. And then here's the chop where the Z3 lines compress. So about 0.8R win for that day. This is in IONQ. I can pronounce that correctly. Pretty much the same story here. A massive sell-off, so any kind of move like this would be a Kata 2 short. Same thing. There just wasn't enough in the range stat to facilitate this. But let's take it from the top here. There's an entry here. The reason why this risk box is kind of weird is I was having some internet connection issues, and so theoretically, I think the entry I just got kind of blasted through my entry. The entry should have been here, and the risk box should have been around here. Um, so I take about a minus 1R due to some technical issues. I think if I would have framed it correctly, I would have probably taken about a minus 0.8. So there's like a minus 0.2R difference here. That's fine. There's the reentry right over here. That gets paid 0.2R. Here's the reversal. Here's low, higher low. So that's an SSC or a Kata 2, but an NSSC because this has a more than 3R10 sell-off. It still has a 3.6 to 1. I get stopped out for about a 0.4R. I try the Kata 2 because I have a low and a higher low. When this breaks out, I still have a very tight risk box and 7 to 1 to a range stat. Still pretty early in the day. So, but it just sells off immediately and I lose 0.8R. So minus 2R for the day there. This is in Procter and Gamble, a company. Uh, Standard sell-off SSC. This kind of looks like a morning hook, doesn't it? Morning hook SSC. One thing that I wanted to note is this is kind of interesting. This doesn't happen often, but sometimes here on IONQ, you see how the PSAR entry on the SSC that's supposed to be like the quick one isn't always the best entry because you see as the SSC, the entry would have been here. It doesn't happen very often, but that's sometimes what happens. That is just too quick, then it reverses, and then you get the classical PSAR flip um, uh, price violating this section. So this is actually, if you would have waited for the real SSC, would have been a better entry, but that's not what happens all the time or very often. That's kind of like a special case, I guess. Here, this is the standard PSAR break. Get in, standard risk box, 3.5 to 1 to range that. So all day long, this is kind of our wheelhouse. This is exactly where we want to be, the sell-off. then the move to the range stat with a really nice reward to risk ratio. That's exactly where we want to be. 0.5R pretty much when I try the kata 2 once, it fails, twice, it fails. When that fails 2 times, I get a kata 2 short because I have a high, a lower high, and it's 8-1 to a range stat. It's a really small risk box. I love it. And that pretty much scratches. And then high, lower high. I try the kata 2 long here with a 6-1 to a range stat. And that scratches pretty much as well. So minus 0.88R for that one. And then the last symbol, I didn't trade anything. I didn't trade this because I was trading the other three symbols, but then three symbols just everything just hit into a range, and I was kind of feeling still like I wanted to trade. So I looked at some symbols, and then CIFR kind of looked interesting. There was a kind of move up towards the end of the day, still 3-1 to the high of the day, 4-1 to I think what felt like a reasonable move, and it's still 2 hours before the close, so I think that's a legitimate entry for sure. Moves a little bit in my favor. It takes me out at the PSAR minus 0.33R. So let's go look at the results, excuse me. So 102 trades in 9 days. That's pretty good. 9.38R, so definitely a nice capture there. The same, 4.6 is the max, minus 1.08. Average R about 0.1. This is kind of where the variance of trading is seen. When I was replay trading the symbols that I had prepared yesterday or the day before, you just get to see how, let's say I traded three symbols, all of them lost money, and I was down maybe minus 2 point something R. But if I ever traded three other symbols, if maybe their entries would have been earlier than these, because I take the ones that have the early entries, I would have been plus 6R. So that's like an 8R difference, which would totally make this like a zero point 0.2 SQN, and average R would be plus 2, and this whole thing would just look a lot bit different. And the same thing with today. While I was watching the other symbols towards the end of the day, I saw some symbols that I would be up maybe plus 1.5R or 1R. So the variance in trading on a day-by-day basis is just so huge. That's why I want to kind of focus on 3 to 4 symbols to take that variance away. Overall, though, cumulative R looks pretty good. It kind of feels like the system kind of gets not chopped out, but it's kind of like, like plus or minus break even a little bit up. Then you get those 3-4 hour trades, you get those couple good days or that one good day. Then again, it kind of you get chopped out a little bit, and then another day. So it kind of feels like this is what the system will be doing, depending on if I can get the four symbols trading at the same time. Maybe this will be a little bit more even, but I still feel that it has like a positive expectancy, definitely with the over 100 trades, 9R capture kind of defines that. Average R multiple scatter plot. Coin model, 38% win rate with a 2 to 1.1 payout. That's fine. That's about a 17% edge, which is fine. Histogram, yeah, a lot of losses. Oh, I forgot to show that. Excuse me, 62 losses to a 38 win percentage. But again, very high variance. If I would have traded three other symbols, it could have been like 45 to like 55 or something. So I think it just takes time, and I definitely made some mistakes, I think, at the start. So this could have been maybe 10 or 11R just by cleaning up a little bit of my mistakes. And then over time, I think I will get better. So look out for me, I guess. So overall, this is probably going to be the final sample size for the system. This is going to be version number 4. I'm going to be either creating a version number 5 or just renaming it totally differently. So I'm pretty happy. I'm very satisfied, given that it's my like new system, system that I created, given all the coaching I got from Griff Cooper at Abaway Tech and from Ken Long at Tortoise Capital, and with all the mental coaching from Len K. Tharp and Mark Douglas. So I think that was really big. So overall, I'm very happy, but I think there's still improvements to be made, and I can definitely make the system a lot better. So that's it for today. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time, and have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.